Alright, one last joke. So a guy walks into a bar and orders a drink. The bartender says, "What's the matter? You look like you've had a rough day." And the guy says, "I just found out my brother is gay."
Do you remember the time I negged our two housemates from the final year house, and they got really annoyed with me?
Oh, aye? What was this, eh?
Oh, it's because somebody left like all these pans on the hob, and I was like, "Hey, here's this horrible person, this horrible dickhead has left all these pans on the hob." It was a really long message from one of them saying like, he can't name for legal reasons, just kind of saying like, "Oh, it's because it's me and my girlfriend don't see each other much, blah 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 blah."
So he and his girlfriend don't see each other much. So when they're there, they like to make it extra special the time they spend together by
making the kitchen extra
having
messy.
as many does. They have a strange relationship, but they're happy.
Oh, here it is. Just to clarify, the crap on the slate is mine. It was there in the slate because I had so-and-so over and cooked it at 12 a.m. I could barely see her, hence right now, because we're super stressed about uni, hence why I focus on spending time with her. After which I had to work on my dissertation as I spent the day finding out I didn't get the job I'd be hoping for all year, as well as talking to my friend who is a dying mum as we speak. So washing those dishes was pretty low on my list of priorities. I'm washing the appalling mess now, though.
So,
That's so funny.
was that? That sounds very
friend
coherent.
died.
I like how you.
Well,
you,
also-
the thing is, like, you were like, "You've really done it now, Dylan, haven't you? You've really done it now."
That's right. That's so funny.
I did. I do remember. I made fun of you for that. I remember.
That's so funny.
Now it's coming back to me. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but since when was having a dying friend an excuse to make the house messy?
It would never have stood in our house democracy.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have let that. You guys really let the standards slip once I left, let me tell you.
To be honest, what was very funny was, but in our house, when you weren't here, Michael, him, and two other people, he was the one who was constantly going on at people. He was the one who was constantly annoyed at the kitchen not being tidy. And he got into a few little arguments, I remember, with a couple of the other housemates who called him out on his hypocrisy.
Well,
and I enjoyed those moments.
Well,
I
to be
enjoyed
fair,
those moments
Dylan-
a lot.
I
Yes.
did not want to live in it, like, because the thing is, I red flags were raised for me when we went to see them, like in the year before. I'm like, are they looking for two people? And I saw the house. It was an absolute tip that they lived in, because as much as I disliked parts of the house democracy and that, I did appreciate, minus Kyle,
This is just
the
you
fact that
being an absolute hypocrite. Yeah.
No, I did appreciate the fact the house was, and if anything, it did improve. My own behaviours in the.
Oh, so you admit
so
there
deep
was
down,
a problem.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't. I didn't.
Learned.
I didn't always clear the drying rack every now and then. Things like that. Which I.
You came last several times in the house tally.
Yeah, but
the
no.
messiest person.
I never came last because that was always Kyle. But I would sometimes.
No, you did come last.
I did come last. I came last one
remember.
week. I remember, and I had to clean the bathroom.
Oh, so now you never came last, and now suddenly you did come last.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I was thinking about the overallness. Because I definitely wouldn't have been last in the overallness. Because
no, overall no, but I think in multiple weeks you came last.
I think it was just the 1 week, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember. So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you ever come last, Lee?
Sure about that.
Oh wait, no, you were exempt from ticks, weren't you? Because you were in the house.
Because he was the Zelensky of our house. He was pretending that he was there for the house when really
tell
he
you
was
what,
just enriching,
Michael,
lining his own pocket.
In the final year, you should have seen this scenario where Dylan was very angry at one of our housemates for leaving some pans out or something, some plates out, and then him and his girlfriend were in the kitchen and just exposed Dylan as just this massive hypocrite.
I don't think they did.
Who was also extremely messy.
I was not.
I love that so much.
I do refute that. I think in the last year I wasn't messy. I do refute that. That actually.
You weren't as messy as you were before. But
no, I think I was quite tidy actually. I mean, I even now I still leave the other thing out, but I was generally quite tidy in the last year.
Yeah, the thing is that you cared a lot about it in our last year for some reason. I didn't care as much.
I didn't want our house to be like. I didn't want it to look like that student house sort of thing. You know,
wow,
like
what
classic
a character arc.
That's racist.
I did. You know, every time I like went over to like other people's houses, there was always an absolute tip. Like, and I was worried about that. And I remember, like, if do you remember I sometimes hosted socials for the pill people? I would always clean the house from top to bottom.
The pill people?
Yeah, to make sure that, you know, I want them to come over.
Did. I remember.
I wanted them to come over and actually think, oh, look, this is someone who actually looks after his house. Oh.
You're such a Marge Simpson.
Oh, God. Imagine if that Dylan from 2018 could look back and see the Dylan from 2016.
Oh, you would have some words for him. Oi!
He'd be ashamed.
Why are you not cleaning out the drying rack?
That argument wasn't just you were being too much of a busybody. They also pointed out times when you left stuff out, and I remember that.
Well, you know, this is where we're probably going to disagree, because I don't think I mean, apart from, you know, I leave the occasional thing out, but I never I never leave like a pan or anything out. But I don't really think that they actually really had anything.
That's what
that
was the claim. That was the claim they were making. Do you remember with one of our housemates?
I don't think I remember actually having a conversation with them, to be honest.
And it was him and his girlfriend, and I was just sitting there on the table, just watching it. It was very funny, very amusing to see you squirm, to see you just, you know, that classic Dylan squirm we all love to see when he's trying to get out of an uncomfortable situation.
Oh, this might be about me. Whoever's Memphis sauce is spilt in the fridge, would they be able to clean it up? The lid wasn't put on properly and it's all down the fridge door.
Oh dear, Dylan. Oh dear. I don't think I even have that WhatsApp.
I put...
What?
I did this. I put this on.
Penalty notice.
Dylan, oh my God, there you go. There's the proof of Dylan's radicalisation on the cleaning front. Jesus Christ. A penalty notice. We can't read it out, Dylan. What does it say?
Date issued 27th of February 18, time 2039. Reason: failure to clean pots, wooden spoons, graters, etc. Cleaning something not done within reasonable time frame, and then signed.
That's good. You're a hero.
God, this is what we were dealing with in the last year, Michael, with Dylan.
Wow.
And again, as a naturally tidy person, I didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, Dylan and a couple of our other housemates, they clashed sometimes.
and then all I got was it was literally, he just took a picture of it and put it in the group chat, and then like you comment with no comment, just
I like how you put I believe. Thank you for putting that in the chat, Dylan. Like, I believed what you said, so I appreciate that.
Oh, I might have left the oven on as well. Is anyone using the oven? It's been left on quite a while, and then you tagged me in the comment.
Oh.
But you know, as I said, I forgot to do things every now and then. You know, I'm a human being. You know, we all forget to.
And then you made a penalty notice when other people messed up.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of like a friendly reminder.
I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me.
Are you enjoying this conversation, Michael, of Dylan's hypocrisy? And
yeah, I am wondering whether or not this is going to end up being a large portion of the podcast.
I can clearly tell you're not enjoying it then, so shall we move on?
Just a friendly reminder, my scales on the bottom, you're all welcome to use them, but please do not change the settings from pounds to kilograms, because when I weigh myself,
you definitely did
weight
that.
In kilograms means nothing to me.
That.
It takes a while to change the setting back, and it is a mild inconvenience. Cheers. Then you commented, "Fuck off, Dylan, you metric-hating cunt." It was invented by a man who was basically Hitler. We made some good friends that year, didn't we?
I had a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to believe? I would like to believe that you two have a secret podcast with your friends from fourth year that I never met, and you talk to them.
They all despise Dylan, so.
And yet still, you subject me to your stories about all of these events I wasn't there for.
See, Michael,
you bastards.
The narcissist within him is crying out right now.
I struggle to relate to any of the fact none of this is directly about me means it's an objectively inferior topic.
he's trying to be ironic, but I actually think this is true.
Oh, but kitchen's getting to be very untidy. I'm not really a fan of everyone leaving their dirty plates on the side next to the sink. I think it'd be a good idea. If
To be
everyone
fair,
was
I would
in
like on the
kitchen.
record, I did laugh at that guy's mum dying.
No, it was his friend's mum.
Oh, okay.
I kind of look back a little bit, and I'm just kind of thinking maybe I could have mellowed out a little bit.
I love this. Oh, this is great. Dylan's coming to the realization he was the bad guy.
Like, super
After all
smart
these years.
spot. See that you fuck up the simplest of things, Dylan. I don't know what that's about. I was about a viewing or something.
I could have sent you that message every single day.
Anyone in the house
Had
up
it
for
on
a
a
game
timer.
of anyone in the house up for a game of Peel in the Garage? Luke, no.
I could have just gone to your room next door and just said no. But...
I like to think that I was trying to involve everyone in things, and it was 3 people that didn't really want to do anything. You know.
To be fair, I did play
I mean,
pool with you, so
Yeah, you were up for it. I mean, the thing is, it was us 2 against those 2, really, wasn't it? But I mean,
I went against. I didn't have a rivalry really. Again, I played football with one of them.
Housemate 1 actually we got on quite well with. I think it was just housemate 2. I never really spoke too much apart from when we were talking about the penalty notices.
That's why you did it, just so you could make friends.
We're gonna move
on
off this now. It does sound like you're sniffing cocaine, right? That's what it does sound like.
You got a cold.
Right, guys. I'm going to share my screen. Dylan, you need to shut up,
Yeah,
now.
Dylan, honestly,
Yeah, do you don't realize that, this isn't like there was no, we weren't like, hey guys, let's make sure we don't say anything worth including in the podcast so Dylan can be incredibly annoying. So, you didn't have permission to start making a huge amount of background noise. You just kind of jumped out there oh yeah, this is my moment. I'm electing this to be my designated eating food opportunity. No one else agreed to that. No one else said, yeah guys, let's stop being hilarious for a few seconds so Dylan can enjoy some guilt-free background noise.
I muted myself to eat it.
So as you can see on screen, everybody, this is what we are doing for the Popers Gay episode 69, because it is our 69th episode today. It's very exciting, as I'm sure.
69 episode to gay.
So we're going to be doing something special, and it's going to be involving you two. Okay.
Oh,
are we
yes,
going to have
indeed.
to 69 each other?
Yeah, that'll be on the premium episode. But for this episode,
you got to pay for that.
you got £5 to Patreon.
that's on our OnlyFans.
Yes. But so, Michael, if you click, this is what we're doing. This is a special thing we're doing today.
This is exciting.
It's a draft. Which celeb would you be gay with tournaments? Because it's episode 69. Ooh. So we have 16 celebrities in each bracket. One Michael bracket.
He really likes this. I would like to point out that the guy giving head, the person who's giving head has a boner. The other person doesn't.
I know. It's a weird scenario, really.
The wrong way around, yeah.
Yeah. So seed 1 through 16, each person picks which gay guy they want to bang them. So we've got the images of the celebrities in PowerPoint first, and then the tournament is in Excel. So we're going to go through. I think it's Michael's bracket first, and then Michael's going to pick his winner once we go to the Excel screen, and then we're going to go back to PowerPoint for Dylan's. You got that, everybody?
Yep.
Okay, so Michael, do you want to click and see? So we're going to be doing the matchups. So this is your first matchup, and you're gonna have to think about this and come back to this. So do you want
Ezra
to say
Miller and Harry Styles?
Yeah, Ezra Miller, Harry Styles, for the 8-9 matchup.
Tom Daly and Steven Seagal.
I will say, actually, I should have said. Of course, we have people who are seeded here. The lower the seed, so 1, 2, etc., are the most gay.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I see.
The higher the seeds are, in my opinion, the least gay. So there's something to look out for. All right. So on to the next one.
Darren Brown and Ace Rockwood. Now I don't know Ace Rockwood. I'm
don't
assuming
know
he's
Ace
some
Rock-
kind of porn star.
That would be correct. Yes, a gay porn star. And you may be thinking, wait, a gay porn star? Surely he'd have a high seed. Well, he's doing it. He's doing it for money, not the love of the game.
that's true. Yeah.
I've never
Like a gay
known,
guy would be doing it for free.
I've never known Darren Brown to be
James
much of a gay icon.
Charles. James Charles
Darren
versus
Brown is
Andrew
gay.
Tate.
Oh right, right. I didn't know that. He hides it
And you
well.
like it? Yeah.
Matt Luke. What's really offending me? There's something on this image right now that's really offending me. It's very offensive to me, and I think it's going to be offensive to a lot of viewers. And that's that Richard isn't the least gay. That's really offensive.
He
To
should
me.
be 16, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
You don't know what type of parties Richard's gone up to with Mahmood and Alex.
Actually, I reckon Richard's very fluid. Like he's.
Yes, matchup 6.
George Takei and Gareth Southgate. Okay.
Hello.
Brian Singer. Oh, okay. Him. Pete and Baz.
They've returned.
So
Good
yeah,
old Brexit Bill and Bob.
you get both of them. So again, who would you like to bang you? You know, you got 2 people there. That's something you're gonna have to decide. And
Okay,
the final
so
matchup, the most gay.
Kevin Spacey versus Ron DeSantis. They look very similar.
No,
Again,
they're not.
is this horseshoe theory?
I think I'd find it difficult to tell the two apart.
Yeah, of course, we know why Kevin Spacey is the most gay, right?
Yeah,
He likes
because
little
he
boys.
chooses to live his life as a gay man.
Yeah, and also the crimes he's been accused of.
Yes.
Hence
Accused of?
You know, do you
he
know
not-
what I got that image from?
That's from the thing he did for when House and Cards was cancelled. It's the video called like "Let Me Be Frank" or something.
Yeah, didn't
Yes.
you see like these
Yeah.
weird Christmas videos, like or something?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody's so angry at me just because I fuck some kids. That was the video. All right.
That's exactly how it was. So yeah. Michael, it's time to choose. Who would you like? You know, to bang you. You know, that is the question. So would you
Okay.
prefer Kevin Spacey or Ron DeSantis to bang you? That's
So
the question.
I want to stress this. Okay, so we're talking. I am very much the one being banged here. Like there's no.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I guess I feel like I'm gonna go for Kevin Spacey because I feel like he would be. The reason why is because I feel like he's a kind of he seems like he would actually be quite a kind of gentle person because he
Kevin
does it with
Spacey.
kids because he does it with kids. So it's gonna be like he's gonna be gentle with me. Like, because I feel like most pedos, they're not actually going to be aggressive about it. Like, they're already, like, being a pedo is already pretty bad. They're not going to then add on top of that, like, it being rough. So,
Right, sorry. Right, so next one, Ezra Miller or Harry Styles?
okay, I have a very good reason for this. My fiance actually has a bit of a crush on Harry Styles, so I'm obviously going to go for Ezra Miller because I'm already kind of being cucked by Harry Styles based on the fact my fiance has a crush on him. I'm not going to add him fucking me on top of that. I've already been cucked by him. I don't want to be fucked by him.
Yeah, being cut doesn't don't want to be fucked.
That's where I draw the line.
Yes.
Right, so shall we go to Matt Lucas or Richard Laruna?
Yeah, this one's I mean, it's got to be Richard, like, obviously, because he knows what he's doing. Like,
Oh,
how
and
can
you
I
saying
not-
Matt Lucas doesn't?
Yeah, well, he knows what he's doing if what he's doing is being racist. Am I right, ladies?
I mean, I feel like Matt Lucas is more of a romantic gay, and that's kind of not what you really want, is it?
Yeah,
You
why
want to
not?
get in and get out kind of gay.
Now, see, the thing is, the next one is the entire reason why I was asking, like, am I going to be doing the banging or is because like James Charles, if I had to choose any of these people to bang, I'd be like James Charles. But the thing is, in terms of banging,
Wait, why would you pick James Charles?
Because I think it's something about his lips. You know, I just feel like he's very femboyish. You heard this phrase I got nowadays, a femboy? The idea of James Charles banging me is kind of less appealing because I'm kind of like, well, I don't
Oh,
want
really?
James Charles to be the man. You know, like, because if James Charles is banging me, he's the man, and what does that make me? So I guess I'll go for Andrew Tate. Why not?
Wow, it's about your masculine. And you'd let Andrew Tate, a known sex offender, bang you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
But it's because he's got he's got a very small penis, though. Apparently, according to reputable sources.
Greta
So
Thunberg.
he's not gonna
well,
do
that's a
much
good
damage,
point,
is he? So
Yeah, it's a good
Won't
point,
hurt that
actually.
much. I like. Can I just point out, like, 3 of the 4 people you put through so far are accused sex pests. I just want to say that.
And weirdly, the only one who isn't is Richard.
It's Richard.
He's doing well. I'm very okay. To be fair, I feel like you put all of the sex pests because I'm looking at the other ones. There's no real sex pests on the bottom one.
Well, there is.
Is that Brian Singer?
What are you talking about?
Brian Singer, yeah, he was the last one. Okay.
Brian Singer, Steven Seagal, and George Takei.
Oh really? I didn't know that George Takei or Steven Seagal were actually. But
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Hello
there.
Right. So yeah, let's move on. Darren Brown versus Ace Rockwood. This is a weird one because I'm kind of like, Ace Rockwood is better looking. Darren, I don't know. I like, again, this feels weird because I know he's black and he's a porn star, so he's probably gonna have a big dick, which is kind of like not good. But I'm also like, I feel like he knows what he's doing.
I can't believe you've gone for Ace Rockwood there. Wow, that is a brave pick, honestly.
Yeah,
because you should have seen what I had to censor.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good point because you did censor some very relevant visuals there. And as for Gareth Southgate versus George Takei, I don't know. This is one of those. This is kind of like the Darren Brown thing in a way because like the reason why is it's like, in a way, if I'm going to be banged by someone, I don't want it to be someone who I don't find attractive at all. And I don't find George Takei attractive at all,
but
even though he's probably
Southgate.
got a very small penis.
Right, Steven Seagal or Tom Daley?
So I'm gonna go for Tom Daley because even though he's slightly more twinky than Steven Seagal, he's he's still a pretty buff guy. Like I'm happy to let him be the man.
Okay, no, not Steven Seagal. He's an action hero. You know.
I know,
and he's basically Arnold Schwarzenegger. I
really respect Steven Seagal as a person, but you know.
Okay, Pete and Baz versus Brian Singer.
God. Am I gonna be pro sex pest again? Because Pete and Baz are neither attractive, nor do I like the idea of being double teamed. So I've got to go for Brian Singer.
The heroes.
Pete in the front, Baz in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Like it would be. That's not good. I don't like that at all. Or they take turns. I mean, I feel like no matter what, it's going to be like, basically, if I elected them, I would be getting banged by twice as many people. Okay, whatever.
But so you'd prefer to go with Brian Singer. Okay. Next up, we have Kevin Spacey or Ezra Miller in the quarterfinals.
I think I'm going to go for Ezra. Well, I've seen, the thing is, Ezra Miller is violent, which makes me think, but I still feel like, I don't know.
I reckon Kevin Spacey
I feel like I'm going to
be quite violent though as well.
Yeah, okay, I'll go for Ezra Miller.
Oh wow! Well, they you know what? To be fair, Mike, if you don't want it to last, for it to last long, they call him the Flash for a reason. You know?
And obviously it doesn't. You know, Richard's got to go through because we hate Andrew Tate and we love Richard.
You're a fool.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And
so now down to Ace Rockwood. This is what a matchup here.
Ace Rockwood versus Gareth Southgate. I guess at this point I'm going to have to be a bit merciful on my butthole and elevate Southgate.
Oh yeah, I like to imagine. Yeah, you're just taking one after the other, and like yeah. Is that right?
I'm like, please give me a break.
Okay.
And I guess I'm going to go for Tom Daley because again, he seems like a kind of good-looking guy.
I like how you care about the looks here. That's fun.
Yeah. And I think in terms of pushing it forward, Ezra Miller versus Richard, gonna go for Richard.
Oh, and then, why?
Just because I think like I like him, I feel like I know him, and like I think he's like kind of like his soft way of speaking makes me think he probably would be quite gentle about it. He'd be like,
when he penetrates
what I'm going to do is do my computer work, blah blah blah. I don't know how he talks. He kind of has like a very soft.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm also just going to keep going for Tom Daley because I don't see how. Just because, I don't know, yeah, again, like, basically, at the end of the day, everything else is equal. Like, I can't think of any reason why I would rather get banged by Gareth Southgate, so I might as well go for the fact that at least Tom Daley is, you know, like a buff guy.
Alright, so the grand final, Richard Laruna versus Tom Daley.
Yeah, by the way, where do I copy and paste this? Or where do I copy?
In sheet 2.
Oh, sheet 2. Wow.
Really going all out here.
Yeah. So like now basically we have meme versus being sexy. And I think because I'm not gay.
Referring to Tom Daley as sexy over and over again.
Yeah. Meme versus sexy, gorgeous, hunkish, incredibly attractive Tom Daley.
I mean, he's
you know, who I'm imagining him right now covered in olive oil, with his glistening cock, and it's just not doing it for me. I swear.
I mean, he is a twonk, isn't he? At the end of the day.
But no, I'm gonna go for Richard because mean, funny, but also I don't know. Like again, I still think he's fine. So where's I copy and paste it?
In TBD,
obviously.
Yeah. Back at the PowerPoint now. We have just ended Michael's bracket, and yes, so we are ready to go on to Dylan's bracket now. Dylan, are you ready to pick who you'd like to get banged by?
I'm ready.
Go on, Dylan.
Yeah.
You have to read them.
Oh, sorry. Pope Francis versus Michael McIntyre.
Okay. Just check your... You are unmuted, by the way, Dylan.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, I can see actually because I can see the blue stuff on Audacity. Yeah.
The audio.
Yeah, that's it. David. I said David. David Williams versus Cade Maddox. And I like
Cade Maddox.
Yeah. Oh, I like this one.
Jim Parsons versus Pep Guardiola. Philip Schofield versus Brian Blessed.
Wow.
Imagine him coming.
You need some reinforced windows.
Yeah. Next one.
Alan Carr versus Keir Starmer.
He's
Stephen Fry versus Mark Labette.
He's back, Mark Labette.
Beast.
The Beast. Ready to do some serious damage there. Jesus.
Yeah. Next slide, please.
Oh yeah, him. I know Rylan.
Versus Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy, you can see in the picture what he's doing there.
He's destroying,
smashing.
For like pride.
Just to show he's not gay. Yeah.
He's saving our families.
And the final
Craig
matchup.
Riffle-Howard versus Alan Brazil.
I don't like the fact that two people associated with Strictly Come Dancing are in the gay categories. What's gay about Strictly Come Dancing?
Exactly.
I don't know, honestly. Right, so yeah, Alan Brazil, the legend had to have him back. Right, so let's go to the PowerPoint to see who Dylan's going to pick. Right, Dylan, the first matchup, who have we got?
I think Alan Brazil's a bit too much for gammon, and I don't really want any kind of. I don't want old cock, so that's...
Yeah, also, you don't want him to have a heart attack in the middle of it. So that's going to be something you have to you're going to have to deal with that. That's going to be annoying.
So I'm
and also, you're going to have to explain that to the police. And that's going to make the news.
No one's going to believe...
the news, so then you're going to be...
No one's going to believe Alan Brazil's gay, are they? He's just such a straight man. Yeah.
So
we're going Craig Revel.
Craig Revel-Howard, please. Thank you. I'm gonna.
Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Craig Revel-Howard was once actually a rent boy.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I saw that when searched for Craig Revel-Howard gay.
I didn't know he was.
Oh wow,
gay,
that's so interesting.
You
didn't
know? Oh, didn't you?
Just knew his thing about dancing, but what's wrong?
Yeah,
with that?
the thing is, the only issue with banging him is that at the end of it all, he's still going to just give you a 9.
Hey, I'll give him my 9 inches.
Oh, he'll give you his 9, Dylan, won't he? That's how it'll go down.
Yeah, same joke. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but Luke's was more accurate to the.
Yeah, because remember, you're the one.
Receiving.
You're the one who's getting banged.
Oh, am I getting banged? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
no, we spent a long. So this was an important thing. It was very important to
you
me.
asked that. I didn't know the answer had been. We'd got an answer to that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't pay attention ever. Right. So next one, Dylan, Pope Francis or Michael McIntyre?
You see, well, this is a tough one. I suppose they're quite close to each other in the seedings but I think I would go for Michael McIntyre over Pope Francis just because I feel like Pope Francis would be quite serious, and I don't, I want to have a bit of fun in the bedroom. I want to, have a bit of a joke about what we're doing and everything. And
yeah, the issue is in terms of safe sex. When you ask him whether or not he got the condoms, he'll have to say, "Well, when you go to the shops to get condoms." I didn't have any condoms.
I mean, are we acting like Pope Francis is going to be,
Yeah.
putting on the condom as well?
That's good. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
But he's just not.
Neither of them will have a
I
condom.
just think he's just going to be a bit boring about it. He's just going to be like, "Oh, we having sex or what?"
Yeah, Michael McIntyre will be skipping around.
He'll be doing a little comedy routine.
He'll be making.
It'll be great.
He'll be making so many funny noises, Dylan, when he's just destroying.
He'll do
I wonder
his-
why people say "oh" when they're having sex.
Yeah, he'll do his famous "sex is on fire" routine. Does anyone remember that when he did like the routine about?
I remember that.
What
yeah.
if it actually was your sex is on fire? That would be weird. So he'll be like doing that.
Dylan would be like getting fucked and just laughing his head
Yeah,
off.
the thing is, I think that would make your butthole tighten up.
Just,
So like, it's a win-win.
I'm just having a great time.
I have this horrifying image of Dylan laughing maniacally while Michael McIntyre is behind him like, ooh, ooh, ooh. The best thing is like Michael McIntyre kind of has like a weird, like a weirdly chubby body, and Dylan kind of has like a weirdly skinny body. So it'd be like, oh dear.
Oh, what an image! Thanks for I mean, I just really thank myself for creating this. But anyway, Dylan, Alan Carr versus Keir Starmer.
Well, the thing is, I feel like as I do like Keir Starmer, and I've got red blood in me.
No, you don't.
But I just feel like Alan Carr would just kind of know what he's doing, whereas Keir Starmer's
That's a
never
good
come
one.
across as someone who kind of knows what he'd be doing. And I kind of want,
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
I'd like him to, if I'm going to go on this gay journey, I need someone who kind of at least knows what he's doing to kind of like talk us through it all and that.
Yeah.
Okay.
An interesting one would have been Keir Starmer versus Jeremy Corbyn. He'd be like, I'm glad you're not circumcised. 'Cause he's an anti-Semite.
That's Corbyn. Yeah.
Okay, I can't make
Right.
my mind up on that.
So, Dylan, having just decided about Alan Carr, what do you think about the choice between Philip Schofield and Brian Blessed?
Well, Philip, I don't know. I don't trust Philip Schofield. I feel like he would.
You think he'd jump ahead of the king?
And also I think it got to be Brian Blessed, because I think he'd make a great noise when he came as well. When he shot his stuff.
So, Dylan, what next? Jim Parsons or Pep Guardiola? I know which one you'd prefer.
Well, I feel like these are two men who pretend to be geniuses, like they portray genii when they're not.
And actually, they're
neither
both
of them
just gay.
in real life. I feel like I have kind of been fucked in the ass a lot over the last few years by Pep Guardiola. So being actually fucked in the ass by him, I don't think would be much different to being figuratively fucked in the ass as I've been over the past however many
Well,
years.
So is that making you think?
1 minute. When Jim Parsons comes, do you think he says Bazinga?
Bazinga. Yeah, that's the other thing. I just find him to be quite annoying.
Bazinga.
I reckon he's probably quite a nice guy in real life. But I just
Well, also, what if he was spanking her ass and he was like, Dylan.
exactly. Yeah, we'll go with.
But yeah, so we're going for Pep
We'll go with
Guardiola.
We'll go with
Oh, this one's a good
Plus,
one.
as well, I'd also have more hair than him, which is also another thing
Good, yeah.
that goes for me.
One of the few people you can say that about, yeah. Right, Mark Lebet or Stephen Fry?
You see, now these are two actual geniuses, so this would be an interesting one. I reckon that Mark Lebet probably has quite a chody cock. Yeah, Stephen Fry. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't be good enough for Stephen Fry. I just feel like I just wouldn't meet his high standards. So
He likes people your age, Dylan.
See, the reason why I'm not very sexually attracted to Stephen Fry is because I remember when he dated that, when he had the husband who was really young. I just remember someone on 4chan being like, imagine some young guy having to eat Stephen Fry's red, wrinkly asshole. The description of it is red and wrinkly.
Jesus Christ. Right, so are we going for Mark
Mark
Lebet? then?
Mark Lebet, yeah. I also just feel like he's gonna have his interest in the classical music, and I'm just not really gonna be able to have that conversation.
Right, David Walliams or Cade Maddox?
I don't actually know what Cade Maddox is, but
I think he's just a porn star.
He's a porn star. He's a gay porn
so
star.
he kind of knows what he's
But
doing.
he's not black, so
I I don't think he said that. David Walliams, has he like been racist?
sounded
people,
racist.
Or is that like is that misinformation? I don't know. Apparently, like he's done some like
I think I have heard that.
controversial things.
Yeah.
David Walliams.
He claims to be straight, but I think he's more gay than Cade
I
Maris.
don't think he's not gay though. He just pretends to be gay. It's like it's all part of his character. So he probably wouldn't even fuck me, to be honest, because he's just it's all part of his character. So we'll go with David Williams.
Not in the spirit of the game. There, you're like, I think I can just get out of taking a dick here. And Jamie Vardy versus Ryland Clark Neal.
Well, the thing is,
tell you what, he'd make you Neil.
The thing is, I don't think it is Ryan Clark Neal anymore. I think he divorced his husband. So he's on.
He's available.
He's available.
I think I swear his last name is still that.
I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I'm not really a follower of his.
Well, you clearly are because you're right. So well done.
With I don't know. Yeah, with Jamie Vardy, obviously, if you chat shit, what happens to you? You know, you get banged.
You get banged.
Do I want to get banged by Jamie Vardy? Yeah, why not? That'd be a fun night out.
Good attitude.
Actually, no. I've changed my mind. I'm actually probably quite afraid of being banged by him. I feel like
he is pretty intimidating.
I feel like he could
get banged.
Quite violent, you know, and that's never a good thing.
Yeah, he's a very shabby. He's got big EDL energy.
Like I feel like the rest of these guys know the line, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
once he gets going,
the chat shit get banged thing. You know, implies if you don't be nice to him, Dylan, things things could take a turn for the worse there.
You're getting
really.
banged.
So Dylan, let's go on to the quarterfinals now. Craig Revel-Horwood versus Michael McIntyre.
I mean, I think again we have to go with Michael McIntyre just because I don't really want my performance criticised. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I love that how
I thought you were a bit flat-footed, really.
I love how in this hypothetical of you getting banged by a bunch of guys,
you're self-conscious.
You're worried about your ego. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the worst person I've ever raped.
Oh no.
Okay, Alan Carr versus Brian Blessed now. Wow.
Again, I think I'm going for Brian Blessed just because, Brian Blessed.
I feel like he'd dominate you, Dylan, if that's what you like. Yeah.
He's allowed to. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Pep Guardiola versus Mark Lebet. Not real.
Yeah.
If you go for Mark Lebet, you're going to end up with like 3 heavy-set guys
I know.
in the semi-final.
We're getting a theme here, yeah.
Actually, to be fair, that's the reason why I'm not going to go for Mark Lebet is I feel like if he did...
Otherwise, people will realise you've got a thing for bears.
No, I think he would crush me. I think... I think... Yeah.
So Pep.
All right.
We'll go for
Pep Guardiola.
Got a pep in his step. David Williams versus Ryan Clark Neal.
Again,
Clark.
This is a bit of a tricky one, but I think I'm gonna have to go for Ryland just because I feel like he's less of a threat than David Williams.
I feel like David Williams is a poser. Like I'd rather be fucked by an honest guy.
Oh, if I want him to enjoy it. That's the thing. Whereas I don't feel like David Williams would.
David Williams would be too conflicted.
I mean, I'm not going to enjoy it, but at least someone that is going to enjoy it.
That's a very utilitarian attitude.
If when he's fucking you, Dylan, and he's not impressed, does he hit the buzzer? You know.
It reminds me of that meme where it's like, I got my bike stolen and I was sad to lose it, but I think the person who stole it was probably happier about getting it than I was losing it, and I think that's going to be your attitude towards being raped. You're like, I was raped and I was pretty sad about it, but I imagine the person raping me was happier than I was sad. So overall,
saying that to
the overall
detectives.
Happiness in the world increased.
Dylan dishevelled.
Pep Guardiola. Oh, sorry, Michael McIntyre versus Brian Blessed.
Yeah, so
the heavy-set comedians.
Again, I do feel like Michael McIntyre said he's been on a diet. He said he went to like one of them Austrian clinics where
of course you'd know that.
It's part of his stand-up routine.
Austrian clinics.
Of course you know that.
Into the Epsom salts, and he made a joke about how the way they lost weight was just by not feeding them, which was really funny. But yeah, I'm just laughing thinking about it. So as I said, this is not going to be a particularly enjoyable experience for me. So I at least want to have it with someone that at least makes it
a little bit enjoyable. So that's kind of why I think I'll go for Michael McIntyre, just because, you know, again, we'll have a bit of a laugh, and he probably won't crush me as much as Brian Blessed. I think he's quite a bit heavier than Michael McIntyre.
Okay, so Pep Guardiola versus Ryan Clark.
It's a little matchup that we've.
I'm surprised Pep got this far, to be honest.
I know.
I was thinking you'd vote him out right away.
He's done quite well, actually, hasn't he? I don't feel like I'll. You know, the thing about Pep is he likes a stallion. He backs a winner, and that's the thing. You know, if you're getting fucked by Pep, you must be doing well. You know, he's not fucking like the little people. You know, he only fucks the big people.
The little people.
So this is your ego again coming into it.
But then, you know, Rylan and Dylan, you know, match made. Yeah, it's a tricky one, you know. But I'll go with Rylan. You know, he's
I only just realised how similar your names are.
He's a big fan of the Eurovision, so we'll chat about that while he's
He's just pounding you. Yeah. Right. Well, let's go on to the final then. Michael McIntyre versus Rylan Clark.
You know, also Rylan nearly got knocked out in the first round. Plus, I mean, we've got to appreciate that, and he's managed to make it all the way to the final. But
I don't know why I've copied Rylan Clark Neil. I don't know why I've done that already. So just ignore that. Don't take that as.
Unfortunately, yeah, there is only ever going to be one winner, and that was from the start. There was only ever going to be one winner, and that was going to be the comedian who is Michael McIntyre.
Wow. Right. So Michael McIntyre wins Dylan's bracket.
I think we all know it come down to this. Richard versus Michael.
Richard Laruna versus Michael McIntyre. So, Michael, do you want to have a pick? Do you like Dylan's pick better? Would you like to get just destroyed by Michael McIntyre more than Richard?
I don't think so, because there's also the fact my name is Michael. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I don't want it to be a Mikeception going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm still happy with Richard.
Okay. All right. Dylan.
I'm back in Michael.
Oh,
Michael's back in you.
He is. So it comes down to me.
Yeah.
To make the decision, who would I rather get back by, Michael McIntyre or Richard?
Richard Laruna.
The thing about
Richard
Richard
Laruna.
is it's uncharted territory for him, but I feel like he still know what he's doing, or at least he'd act like he knows what he's
knows
doing.
how to adapt.
He
would at least write. The thing is, the issue of Richard is he'd have to have several hilariously unsuccessful attempts every single time he decides to change what he's doing.
That was my question. Are you getting fucked by correct answer, Richard, or wrong answer, Richard?
Oh, you don't want to get fucked by wrong answer, Richard, do you?
Wrong answer, Richard at the end cries because he ruined the friendship.
And my thing would be, I wouldn't want I would not enjoy this, obviously. So what I'd want is the person to just have, be on the same level, just not enjoy it. It'd be very weird if the person enjoyed
So you
it.
want that camaraderie.
Yeah,
of,
exactly.
Knowing that you're in this negative situation together.
We're just going to get through it.
I do think they're both straight men, so I don't think either of them would particularly enjoy it.
No, but I feel like Richard would just get into it because he's like a deviant, I
think Richard can handle anything.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've got to go for McIntyre. I've got to go for Michael McIntyre. I think he's the winner. Put him in that bracket, whatever it is, Michael. So there we go. We have decided the celebrity.
Yeah, you ever take part in a gay showdown and end up winning?
Damn. Wow, what does that say about us?
That's so relatable.
Yeah, I can't believe Michael. I don't know if it was that predictable that Michael McIntyre was gonna win.
Right. So you know what? We've gone on quite a long time, so that is just going to be the topic. Go on, Michael. What are you going to give me out of 10?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny. I think probably just. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just gonna say a 9, just because I felt like it didn't. There were funny moments, but I guess I'm thinking. I do think efficiency in terms of time, and at the end of the day,
that wasn't really because of us. The topic,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna give you a 9.
Okay. Well, you know what? I very much enjoyed this. This was like one of the favourite things that I've done, like putting it together and going through it. So
I'm gonna channel my Craig Revel Hallwood. That was fantastic. I loved it. It was brilliant. I'm gonna give you a 9.
That was flawless.
I am gonna give myself a 10. This is one of my favourite ones I've done, and it feels a bit weird doing that, but that's what I'm gonna do. Dylan,
a little bit full of yourself, but
yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. From me.
Well, to be fair, he said it's his favorite thing he did. So I guess he's only being full of himself
And have you ever given
compared
yourself
to
a
other
10
previous
before?
versions of himself.
Exactly, yeah. Dylan?
It's a 10 from me.
Oh, thank you, Dylan. I
A
love
little
you.
bit full of Luke's self.
Love you, pal. Yeah, and that's because I voted for Michael McIntyre, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's my other reason.
but
Yeah.
that
I
does
did
come
vote
with
for
a,
Richard.
it does come with a condition. You've got to manage to get it edited down to 10 minutes.
Have fun with that.
Dylan, shall we go on to your topic next? What do you got for us?
Okay, so again, it's the Dylan Variety Hour. So what this is we just kind of try out different things until we manage to fill up the 10 minutes. Correctly. So I mean, this is something I feel like Michael has something to say. I saw in the news, they're gonna there's a cinema in Yorkshire which is gonna like screen dementia friendly films, which I found quite funny.
Yeah.
So it's like, what sort of films are we getting? It's like, I forgot to switch the kitchen hobs off or something like that. Or like, they're not going to do anything like Kill Bill, because that'll just be a nightmare for someone with dementia, because you're not going to be able to like keep track of anything. It'll have to be like really simple storylines. And I feel like I would appreciate watching a film at this cinema. So, you two are film review experts.
Yeah. What about Memento?
I don't know that, but can you give us some films that have some simplistic,
Easy to remember stuff. I suppose that's another attitude, like films that are so nonsense that you wouldn't even, like, they're not worse for having dementia. So in that case, it's kind of like the Resident Evil films, the Transformers films, kind of the Fast and Furious films. So those are my picks.
Okay, Luke, let's see from you.
So a simple movie then. A very simple and easy movie to understand. Con Air. How about that?
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Also, Reservoir Dogs. So I'm just looking at the movies we've reviewed here.
Oh, what about Inglourious Bastards? Because at least they tell you what the chapter is or something. I like.
Bennett Like Beckham.
I forbid you to bend it like Beckham.
I didn't know you were going to say that. B movie. Old people like Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, I love the B. Yeah. Hey, we got your report card back from school today. All B's.
That's a good one, actually. Yes.
What about Wonder Woman, the second Wonder Woman?
Is that the one where Superman sort of like flying past and sees you in an invisible plane? It's like, oh, you're in your invisible plane. It's like, well, this is quite embarrassing.
God.
I'm on the.
Yeah, it's a Family Guy thing. Yeah.
I'm on the invisible.
Yeah.
Let's finish it. I'm on the. I've started, so I'll finish. I'm on the invisible.
Okay. Bear in mind that you're.
Okay,
I'll let you.
But bearing in mind, you've just committed...
You're sacrificing your opportunity to move on to something funnier in the Dylan Variety Hour.
Yeah, and you realise as well, there has to be a consequence for bringing up a Family Guy pun, Dylan.
That's fine. I mean, it's not fine really, but yeah. So I'm just going to continue talking, and
oh dear, he's God.
I've warned him. I don't know how many times I have to warn him.
That is just what
Okay,
I'm doing.
I had to kick him out.
Still talking. I just carried on talking all the way through that.
That's good.
Now,
we didn't actually say. I thought you might be talking, so I didn't say much.
That's hilarious. So do we need the word "the"? So that's my thing. Look out, everyone! It's the Batman. Oh, look, it's the Family Guy. I'm just gonna fly
Well,
on
sometimes
the Virgin Airlines.
Yeah, sometimes certain. I don't know if it's an acceptable use of term anymore, but freshies, people who are like fresh off the boat. One of the ways you can tell is because they'll randomly throw the into
Can I
stuff.
just say
So
that's
be
not
like,
an acceptable term?
Yeah. So they'll be like, hello, I went to.
Okay, the accent.
Can I have the cheeseburger from the McDonald's? I will pay with the money.
Yeah. What do you think about the word "the"? Like,
I mean, it's a solid word. I use it sometimes.
Yeah,
it's a quite. Now I think about it a bit more. It's kind of a vital part of my vocabulary. Like it's very important. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I will say about it is I have a running joke with myself and my fiance where I'll, like, whenever I mention somebody she will have definitely never heard of, I'll be like, yeah, that's right, so, like, let's say when I was watching the World Cup, and I wanted to talk about I'm trying to think of a footballer who I know the full name of, Christian Eriksen, and I'd be like, oh yeah, Christian Eriksen's back now that he's he had his heart problems. Yeah, that's right, Hannah, the Christian Eriksen.
Oh, okay.
And it's like funny because she doesn't actually know who he is, so it's like
that's-
by saying the, it's like implying he's famous,
You're a bit of a
which he is.
You're a bit of a comedian there.
Yeah, exactly. And I would be able to do that hilarious joke that she really appreciates.
I quite like throwing in the word "the." Like if I want to sound inexperienced or unaware of something, I just throw the in there. Oh, I didn't know how the Skype was work. How you use the Skype.
The war in the Ukraine.
Oh, you see, that's controversial one. That's you see.
Yeah.
But accurate.
If you support Russia, apparently you say the Ukraine, and if you don't, you just say Ukraine.
Yeah, war in the Gambia.
Give me beer.
Shut up.
Gambia.
Right.
Stupid.
This was me and Michael were speaking about this. This is. Can you tell us what's wrong with this? I've got playing a clip from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and Luke, can you tell me what's wrong with this?
See, when she said slaves, it cut to 2 black kids.
Yeah.
Quite bad, I think. Yeah.
That's bad. But
Yeah, because apparently they were showing it at the youth centre, and
No, so I was just doing
Steve,
some mopping, and I saw they were watching
out of the corner of your
Joseph,
eye,
and I just saw that. I walked in at the wrong moment and saw that, and I thought that's wrong. That I'm gonna put in a complaint to the
and bring it up
to the youth
on
centre.
the Poggers gay. Oh
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
So there is the timer. So let's rate Dylan's topic, Michael.
It was like the variety topics, they are interesting in their own
Fun,
ways.
isn't it? It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, like I guess like the thing is, it's probably better to have like 3 bad topics than have 1 bad topic. I mean, I'm probably still just gonna give it a 7.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I'm sorry, Dylan. That's the lowest rating
That's
I've
more
ever
than
given.
I deserve. Okay.
7. You know what? We're repeating what we did last week because for me it's a 5 as well, which is what I gave you last week, and Michael gave you a 7. So are you gonna give yourself a 7 as well, Dylan?
I was going to give myself a 4.
Okay.
But-
Right then, a 4 out of 10 for Dylan. So, wow, he's being harsh. So that gives him a score of 16. Michael, your topic to end it, please, on this episode 69.
Basically, does anyone remember that Macklemore song, "Same Love"?
No.
It's like the one that's like, it's basically Macklemore like made a rap that was kind of saying that like we should accept gay people.
Ah, yeah. Okay, that's
And
good.
this comedian, sorry, no, not this comedian, this rapper made a response, and I don't know, like I don't know if it's very funny, but to me like the idea that this song was made is funny to me. So I just kind of wanted to show you it just a little bit, and obviously we've had a lot of gayness here, so I think this will kind of help to cure us. As you can see, it starts off with a Bible verse. Saying, "Woe to he who calls evil good and good evil." I'm, by the way, hoping that this rapper is sufficiently kind of underground and obscure that he's not going to be claiming copyright. So here's how it is.
Woe to he who calls evil good and good evil. It's funny how the media portrays things. They really pushing hard for this gay thing. And it's so wicked how they manipulate things. Can't even disagree without them making it a hate thing.
So I want to know, what do you think about that? Like the media, they're portraying things because they're really pushing hard for this gay thing. And you can't even disagree without them making it a hate thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even like say people.
You can't even just say that they're evil.
Yeah.
And their relationships are invalid, and they're gonna say like you're trying to hate them for it.
Yeah.
What is
like,
that about?
They're demonic and grooming kids, and all of a sudden you hate them.
I know, yeah.
Come on.
Like, where's that come from?
Where is the non-partisan media?
Yeah, so much for the tolerant left.
I know.
Really? I say you wrong and you holler hate instantly. But you say we the ones who don't tolerate differences.
Well, you literally don't. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
You've
Like-
said that. Very.
Yeah. Yeah, I say that you're wrong, and then you say that we don't tolerate differences. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the way you was born, and I'm sure that you lust like I do, just in a different form. But I'm married, so if I give in to mine, I'm a cheater. If you give in to yours, you just fight to make it legal.
So there we go. Apparently, if you cheating on your wife is in a monogamous committed relationship is equivalent to being in a committed monogamous relationship with somebody who is the same gender as you.
But the thing is, cheating is legal, though.
That's a good point, yeah.
That's what I don't get. He said, make it legal. Like, you can cheat on someone and you won't go to jail. That is legal.
That's true, yeah. So if anything, like,
if you,
cheating, it's basically your choice.
But if you commit adultery, then that actually can stand up in court and it can go against you and say divorce proceedings.
Yeah, but you still won't go to prison for it. Which I guess, basically, like how it is with cheating is it's like if you want to stick to your own morality, then you don't cheat, which is basically the rule that this guy can have for being gay. He just, if he doesn't want to be gay, he doesn't have to be gay.
You rather fight God than fight sin. The Bible is alright until it calls what you like sin.
I like that rhyming of sin with sin. That's one of my favorite moments.
And I feel so disrespected that you were so desperate you would compare your sexual habits to my skin. What? Calling it the new black? Tell me where they do that. They hung us like tree ornaments. Where were you at? Huh?
So there's some good news, everyone. Gay people have never been subject to mob violence and lynching.
Yeah, I know. Like, that just seems... Yeah, like, I mean, obviously this guy's dumb, but like, it just seems like, to be fair, the last thing he said was very dumb. Like, yeah, I know, gay people have never been like...
Gay people have never been subject to like violence in a way black people have.
Yeah, no, not at all, yeah.
They burned us for entertainment. You go through that? Huh? Moms raped in front of their kids while they shoot dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, gay people never face like sexual violence.
Yeah, they did. But that's happening right now in the Middle East.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
black people, like that's
over. Literally the stories happening in Qatar. Again, like this guy is clearly not very worldly, but yeah. I mean, maybe he's just thinking about America here.
Yeah.
So quit comparing the two. It ain't the same fight. You can play straight. We can never play white.
And I remember that line. So there we go. The reason it's not the same is because gay people can suppress their sexuality and pretend to be straight, but black people, implying that if black people could pretend to be white, then then racism would be okay because black people could just choose to stop.
Yeah, like that fucking blind guy that David Chappelle did, whatever it was called. Yeah. He just chose to be white. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the KKK, KKK leader.
Yeah.
He's a black guy who's blind. That's a really funny sketch.
Yeah. You were never oppressed. The devil was a liar. The only thing oppressed was your sexual desire. That's all.
Which is like a very weird thing to say because it's yeah, kind of. I mean, like in terms of, but like the sexual desire, as in being gay, is the point. Yeah, it's kind of like saying to a black person you were never oppressed, the only thing oppressed was your skin colour.
Yeah, he's literally, that is... This guy isn't that smart, is he? Yeah.
I know, yeah.
It angers you if I compare you to a pedophile. Because he's sick, right? Really? And you're better how, huh?
It angers you when I compare you to a paedophile because he's sick, right? And you're better how?
No, but that's like they've got to. It's people like that. They've got to understand there's levels to this. Like surely, there's being gay to them, which is obviously bad.
Yeah, there's obviously is bad.
Like you got to understand there's like one's worse than the other. You know, like,
yeah, like the fact he's saying like you're not even better, and it's like,
yeah,
like obviously like little kids can't like.
But I guess for them, it's just like all a sin. Like it's all a sin.
Yeah.
So that's the worldview.
And I ain't choose this. You think he chose that? But I was born this. Well, prove he wasn't born that. But you were never a girl. He was once 9. So at one time in his life, it was just fine.
So there we go. Actually, it's worse to be gay because at least a paedophile at one point in their life was a kid.
Jesus.
Whereas you were never a woman or a girl. It kind of reminds me of the In-Betweeners thing where it's like I had a crush on a 6-year-old or whatever.
It's like I've fancied her since I was 8. So you fancied an 8-year-old? Yeah, but I was 8 and you still fancied an 8-year-old.
Yeah. So there we go. In-Betweeners walk so this guy could run.
Oh, I love that joke. That's so funny. Oh God. Right.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the final. Yeah, so, I didn't do the sirens because obviously the music was playing. But yeah, no, that was fun, and that was a really good banger to end it on.
Yeah.
That logic, man, owned, absolutely owned. Right. So let's rate Michael's topic. Michael, you go first.
But yeah, I think we did have fun roasting on it. I guess maybe you could say it was a bit more like of a intellectual response than funny. But because I'm pleasantly surprised, I'll give it a 9.
Okay, pleasantly surprised. Give it a 9. Yeah, I thought that last bit really was incredible because that is a piece of logic. You know, sometimes you see conservatives, you know, being roasted on Twitter or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, they said something dumb. I've heard them say that dumb thing before. But that was like, wow, I've never heard that before. Like, that was incredible. So I'm gonna give it an 8. Dylan, what are you gonna give it?
7.
A 7.
7.
Because
Dylan's anti-gay.
I didn't really understand what was going on.
Dylan's too white and southern to enjoy rap.
No. Southern's more because it's London is a rap thing, isn't it?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Just kind of got like the Beatles and.
I suppose you're rural, is what you are.
I just want to know: is Dylan being ironic or not?
What exactly didn't you understand?
I think it was just someone rapping about how black rights are more important than gay rights.
Well, it was just rapping like an anti-gay
It was a
rap.
silly argument. I thought it was a very, very good Michael topic.
Okay, let's do the final thought then. Michael, you go first.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared.
All
that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is founded on our thoughts. It is made up of our thoughts. If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him, as the wheel follows the foot of the ox that draws the carriage.
Okay, Dylan, final thought.
A big moron and a little moron were both on a bridge. The big moron fell off, but the other didn't. Why? Voice crack there.
His voice cracked.
Yeah.
Why? That's the joke. Why? Because he was a little more on.
Oh wow. I've got one actually. A big moron and a little moron are in a jug of cream, and the big moron kept swimming until he turned that cream into butter.
Yeah, and what the other one drowned.
Yeah.
The other one drowned, right? My final thought is we're going to be taking a break for a couple of weeks.
A couple of breaks.
We will be back on the 22nd of February for recording.
I don't know about Yenti Yakund of February.
Yep. So yeah.
You know, can I just say, I do like how your final thought is a bit more kind of housekeeping-y than...
Yeah, your final thought is very functional.
Yes, I think that needs to be the case. So we're not...
You need to make some kind of joke as well, I think.
Well, we're not... I just want to say, we're not recording next Wednesday because obviously Chelsea are playing Dortmund in the Champions League, aren't they, next Wednesday?
Need to watch that, see if the spend has paid off.
So yeah, see you in a couple of weeks for Super Seducer. That's what we're going to be doing.
2 weeks. It's a safe episode, Super Seducer.
It's a very. I think it'll be a very funny one personally. Right. So join us for that, and yeah, I know Michael's going to have a tough time stitching this audio together. Anyway,
it's going to be fun.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Sometimes I almost click hang up instead of stop recording. Right.
I guess Down syndrome really isn't a thing, yo.